Hey guys, welcome to Gregory Electric. Here in this first video of the channel I will show you 2 tips for a better PCB design and a better layout. So here I have a very simple project. It's a smartphone power supply tester. So basically it tests the open voltage of the power supply. It needs to be in 5 volts and it closes this relay here and put a load on the power supply and test with 2 amps to see if the 5 volts will be there with load. So if the voltage gets less than 4.9 volts, it will alert the user that the power supply is not in spec. So it's a very simple circuit, but we can learn a lot of things here in the layout. First, this section of the circuit is the very sensitive section because here is where we are reading the voltage. Okay, so this side of the circuit is an instrumentation kind of circuit. So we have here the resistor loads, 4 10 ohm resistors in parallel. Here the relay that switch the load on and off, and here a bucket filter for reading the voltage of the smartphone power supply or charger with an AD port of an Arduino Nano. So this is the first tip. You can embed an Arduino Nano in your board to gain time. So it's very easy to put Arduino Nano. It's a very powerful microcomputer basically, and you can win a lot of time putting this microcomputer in your design. So this simplifies the design a lot and is very simple to program. So here I have a buzzer and a fail and pass LED to show the user if the smartphone supply is okay or not. Here in the design we can see the layout, but first let's see a 3D view of the board. So basically this is the board. Here the Arduino Nano embed on the board. Very simple. It's beautiful design. We can put this here without problem. And we are using off-the-shelf components here because it's easier to find them. Here is the smartphone input, power supply input for test. Here is the power supply of the circuit. It's at 12 volts. A regulator here to get very stable 5 volts for the AD reference of the Arduino Nano. And here the pass, fail, and LEDs and buzzer. Well, the second tip for a better PCB layout is here, when we make the ground of the circuit. If the first thing you do when you make a layout is to put a ground plane on all the board, you are doing things wrong. It's the wrong way to do. You need to think where the ground currents will gonna flow. So you can see that I have a star ground here, okay? And all important ground points of the circuit will go directly to this star ground here without a ground plane. And this is very important, so we can control the ground currents and we can guarantee that the ground currents will not drop some voltage on the tracks and will change the reading of the ADC. So let's see here. We can see that the power supply here have only one ground lead that comes to this star ground. This star ground will supply the Arduino Nano here, and these leads of the Arduino Nano will be the reference leads of the circuit, because the Arduino Nano, the ADC of the Arduino Nano is referenced in these leads here. So all the grounds come from here. You can see that we have the LED grounds go here, here, and connect to this star ground. This ground is of the filters of the AD inputs here, all referenced by this point here. And this is the important ground, that is the ground of the smartphone power supply. So we can see that it goes directly to the star ground. This is very important. If we don't have this configuration, we can get some current on this lead here and get a voltage drop on the lead of the circuit we are measuring. And this voltage drop will make a drop in the AD reading. And this is very important if we need to get a very precise reading. You can see that in this way I am making a four-lead measuring or Kelvin measuring, Kelvin connection, because we have this as a separate ground, né? Yeah, this is a floating power supply, because the smart phone power supply is floating. We can make a Kelvin connection directly to the Arduino with this Kelvin, this ground connection here. If you put a ground plane on all your circuit, you will lose the ability to control the ground current flow, and you can get very poor results of your analog part of the circuit. It will work great for digital design. You can put a very large ground plane on all the circuit, but for analog design you need to take care of where the current will flow. So these are the 2 tips of the first video for a better PCB design and layout design. In the next week we're gonna talk about more 2 tips on other design I have here. Goodbye.